Hi, I'm Paul Secor, the Vice President of Philanthropy for the Mental Health Association of Central Florida. And with me today is Ivan Dias Barrios, who is our Community Cares Manager also at the Mental Health Association of Central Florida. And August is an exciting month for us because it means back to school for everybody. And Ivan, one of the things we're going to talk today about is homework. So, the first thing we have is a lot of times children during the summer are basically off. They have lots of free time. They're staying up late at night. They're on social media. And now suddenly they need to get, up in the morning. They need to go to school and they also need to do homework. So
Right,
how do we move from this pattern of kind of a free life to now a very structured life with students when it comes to school and homework?
Yes, good. So when we are in summertime, we have more time free, and the majority of the children, teenagers, go to bed really late night. So it will be a habit for us to going back to the routine, taking the time to make sure that they have everything ready before going to bed for the following day, and resting enough. So going to bed timely, and it will be a good practice to have them practicing this a few days or even weeks before the school start, going to bed early, having the clothing and snacks ready for the following day, and having everything that they will need for the morning routine already prepared at nighttime. So before they go into bed, it would be good to review what is needed for the following day. Do it at night time and then go into bed early.
So always plan 24 hours in advance. We're talking about try to talk about the
Right.
next day in the night prior to that.
Correct. And it's a good habit to practice this like a few days before school or even weeks before the school started. So we could get more accustomed to the routine and going back again to this routine. And it's not a heavy weight on the children's sleeping, resting, the snack time, and getting things ready for the following day.
Okay. I know one of the challenges when students do engage in homework after they're done with school, trying to get an area and know that they're working on their schoolwork. I know some kids like to do homework in bed, some like to do it on the floor, some are doing it on the couch. I mean, what do you recommend for staying organized and knowing that your student is actually executing the homework that they're supposed to be doing?
Right. When we're doing homework, it is good to have a separate space for them to be individually doing the homework. It could be at the dining table, it could be a desk that you may provide, or a little table for them to do the homework. I know that there are some items that you could customize yourself, or you could buy them really cheap at Walmart, Dollar Tree, for them to have a little desk and something to support the paper, the notebook, or whatever they're doing for the homework. But it is very important for them to have the space, the personal space, and that space is private. So they don't have any other distraction from external distractions and anything from the outside distracting them doing the homework. So before doing the homework, have every materials out, everything they're going to be using, have them prepare and organize so you can minimize and have no distractions when doing the homework.
Well, that's a good point. You say no distractions. One of the challenges, I think, is that students today have so much stimuli around them, right? They have a phone that's constantly going off with messages and updates. They have social media. Their minds now, we're seeing a lot of students and children watching videos on TikTok and Instagram that are 60 to 90 seconds long. And so we're seeing that attention span really shrink. So
Right.
when your student's sitting down to do homework, how do you keep them from getting distracted aside from just having, the basic environment set up?
Good. So when they're going to complete the homework, it is very important to have all the electronics that they're not going to use to do the homework, have them off. I know that we have a very dependency on electronics nowadays with social media, with the internet, and some of the homeworks requires a connection to the internet and any tools and apps to use them to complete the homework. But keep those electronics like video games, like cell phones, the TV, and everything that it can cause or may cause any distraction to the homework completion, have them off, have them in pause, or put them away so they can focus in doing the homework. And if they have to use the internet or any app to complete the homework, I suggest to have someone supervising that time.
Yes.
Because if not, they're gonna jump from the homework to do something else. But yeah, it is very important to have all the electronics away, have the materials out that they're gonna use for to complete the homework. It could be pencils, crayons, it could be boards or extra paper, copies, and the homework itself. So everything pretending to completion of the homework, they're gonna be using at that time. Keep the
Okay.
electronics off.
That makes a lot of sense. Now, I know you can do all these things as a parent. You can line this up and have a structured area, try to remove distractions, and but you're still, in a way, as a parent, kind of flying blind. And a parent's worst nightmare sometimes is working with their student, checking in, hey, is it going well? And the student says, oh, yeah, it's going great. And then all of
Right.
a sudden, at the end of the quarter, at the end of the semester, there's this big shock on everyone's part because the student suddenly has a lower grade than expected, and there's missing assignments. And so now, what we thought was happening is not what was happening. How do we keep out of that nightmare situation for a parent that really is trying to do well and try not to be too invasive with their student studies, but at the same time want to make sure they know what's going on?
Right. So to avoid those kind of surprises, I suggest for the parents and caregivers to keep in contact with the teachers. The teachers has specific emails that will connect them with the parents. And I know that there are teacher conferences now starting the school to meet the teachers, to meet the school staff, and they provide the contact information. It could be a phone number with an extension, reminding that during the school hours, the teacher will not be available to answer the phone. But maybe if we reach to them during lunchtime, they could have those 2 to 5 minutes, no more than that. But feel free to contact the school and leave messages for them. Feel free to leave emails and contact them after hours of school. And I'm pretty sure that the teacher will reach you back within 24 to 48 hours. So it's very important to have contact with the teacher just to explore. Do we send homework today? Right? So
Yeah,
this is something that has to be daily. And another suggestion would be to check the backpack daily as well. And if
that's a
you
great.
cannot do it daily, maybe every other day to check the backpack and just make sure that if they put something in there to pretend it's homework, it has to be done.
That backpack tip is a great one because I can tell you my experience. I've checked a lot of backpacks in my day, and you can find a crumpled piece of paper at the bottom,
Right.
which you think is garbage, and actually turns out to be notification about an important assignment or something due or a special project. So that's a great way because it's all usually in the backpack, right?
Right. There are teachers that they create their own system when it comes to send homework home. Some of them do it virtually and they send the homework digital for the students to complete it at home. Some of the teachers also have another system where they send home a folder, and that folder will contain the homework for the entire week, and the student is responsible to complete each day, and then Fridays they have to turn in that homework.
Makes
Then
sense.
there are other systems that the school sends a link for the student to connect and complete the homework. It depends of the system that the teacher created it. So it is very important to either check backpacks, check the laptops that the school provide, check the homeworks links, and keep in touch with the teacher.
All right, we talked a lot about homework, and that's a really big thing, I think, for parents. What else should they be thinking about as we kick this new school year off and students are returning? How can we set our students up for success?
Right. It's very important for us as caregivers to be supervising and monitoring the time management of the children. A lot of them likes to be playing all the time, either outside playing or playing with video games. So we have to keep time frame when they're playing time. So time management is important. The resting is important. It is very it takes time for them to process that summertime is getting to the end and now we're going back to school. So for us to monitor the bedtime is very important. And for those that have little children, it is important for them to have a nap during the day. That will create a good habit routine of resting enough. And when they go to school, the brain is active and they can learn and have the learning process more open for them. It is very important as well that they get healthy snacks, healthy breakfast, and lunch. And the time that they are at home taking dinner, keep in mind that all the food that they consume during the day, it will affect them during the nighttime or for the following day as well. So keeping healthy habits will help the children to develop well and have success at school as well.
Well, that's a really good tip. I know what you feed your kid can really affect them the next day. You've given a lot of good tips here. I know that you're very passionate about working with families and about this new start of the school year with them. And this kind of stems from your position as the community care manager at the Mental Health Association of Central Florida. So if you can just real quickly tell us about your position, what services you offer, and how people can connect with them.
So I am working with the Family Advocacy Program. We provide psychoeducational in different topics of mental health, including conditions, how to treat those conditions, and we provide educational for the parents as well. We have a parenting class that is upcoming, so I encourage all the parents that have access to this recording and video. I encourage them to participate in our Parent Institute that is coming up. We're gonna keep in touch and provide those dates of beginning for this project and all those services that you can imagine about mental health. We are working with them. So we work with wraparound services, case management. We have also individual therapy for the kids. We have individual therapy for the adults. We provide family therapy as well. So those are the services that we are running in between the programs that I'm running with the agency.
Excellent. And it's really simple for people, if they want to access them, go to MHACF.org. You're going to see a banner at the top of the page there. You can click on that, and then you can navigate to our services. So, Ivan, I think we covered a lot today. I wish everyone out there that has a child starting school in August, best of luck. Let's have a great school year. Anything you'd like to add?
Yes, there's another activity that we have posted on our website, and it's the August Mental Health Wellness Calendar.
Yes, sir.
So I encourage all of them to visit our website, mhacf.org, and download. You could do it even daily or the entire calendar. So you could have tips and activities to do with your children at home.
Great point. I'm glad you put that in there. All right, everybody. Well, good luck in the school year, and we can't wait to see the results that come out of this. Thank you.
And to you, getting back to school.